Speaking of men becoming fathers, most people, that's quite the transition there. Most people have never heard of paternal postnatal depression or postpartum depression in men, but roughly 1 in 10 new fathers experience it.
Yeah, there is a lot of growing awareness around mothers in this area, as it should be, but fathers are largely invisible in this conversation. So we want to discuss how to support new dads with 9 News mental health expert, Dr. Sheryl Ziegler. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm glad we're talking about this. A lot of people, at least in my realm, aren't aware that men can also suffer from postpartum depression.
Yeah, this is very new. I mean, this is a sort of not a diagnosis yet in the DSM-5 or an ICD-11. It's not like that. This is actually something, though, that's been really highly researched. So this is in the research phase. And so it's really interesting. They're finding that men, after, their wives or partners have a baby, if the woman, number one, has postpartum depression herself, that increases for them. The more stress, the more time actually that they spend with the baby, and the more the sleep deprivation is intense, is the more likely they are to have irritability, depression, anxiety, and, sometimes a little bit different than women, the anger, that really volatile, that anger, that piece is stronger in men than it typically is in women. In women, it's a lot of more of what looks like the sadness and the crying and the, low energy. But this is really, really interesting because 1 in 10 men is a significant amount of men.
Well, I mean, truly it is. Is there research backing this up? Because you can be honest, it's the first time I've ever heard of this in men. What's happening out there to get more information about this?
Yeah, so extensively, it's in that research phase. So what's happening is researchers are tracking men, following men, trying to understand why is this happening? And I think that the more and more men are coming out and talking about it, because men tend to not report, they underreport things. Plus, nobody's asking them. Right? So even we've just come this far, really, with postpartum depression in women. And so we're finally to the point where I think reliably, probably most doctors are asking at 2 weeks and 4 weeks and 6 weeks, how are you doing? And having them fill out scales. That just started with women. And so what was happening, I think women are starting to report, my partner, these things are happening within them. What do you think this could be? And so, there's a lot of, it's an easy one to kind of go, oh, but this or this or this. But the research is sort of saying this looks like it's this conglomerate of symptoms that are together. Stress in a relationship is a high one too. So basically, you're stressed out, you're spending more time with your kid, maybe your partner is struggling too. We're really seeing, though, a consistent category for men in which there's a consistent way this is showing up for them.
So how can we help the men in our lives that are going through this? How do we treat it? How do we prevent it?
Right now, through the research, there's 3 recommendations. The first one is encourage them to go to therapy, really wanting that validation around not just people being like, oh, you're just sleep deprived. Oh, this happens to everybody. So really in that space where somebody can help you figure that out, therapy, medication may be necessary for mood and or just the anxiety, the sheer anxiety that men are reporting. And then the third one is, and the strong one, is male connection. So going to support groups, speaking with other dads that just had babies, just staying socially connected with other men with intention to talk about this transitional phase. For a lot of people, they'll say, that was the most impactful and powerful thing that I did.
That makes a lot of sense. Got to have that support system. Dads need it too.
Yes.
It's a good conversation. Dr. Ziegler, thank you.
Thank you.